Hello, everyone. Today we're going to look at using dictionaries. Dictionaries are very similar to lists where you can index into them, but dictionaries are slightly different than how lists work because we define the index rather than the index being zero based 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We define what the index is. So it's very similar to JavaScript's JSON, and it's typically directly convertible from Python if you're using Python and JSONs. So let's get started here. I have some code that kind of just outlines a basic dictionary. I'm going to run through it with the debugger so that we can see how it works in memory. So on the right hand side, we have our variables for our debugger. This first line of code, I have a breakpoint, so the code has stopped here on that blue highlight. We're going to define a dictionary. The way you define a dictionary, you use these curly braces to first define a dictionary. This could also be empty. There could be nothing inside of here. Here I've created two values denoted by this comma separator. So when you see a comma, that's a new dictionary combination, key value combination. On the left hand side of the colon is the key that we use to grab the value on the right hand side. What we're looking at here are National Weather Service station codes. This is how I'm going to use in other tutorials, but this is just an example. You could put anything you want on the left and the right here. And here's the second value. We have this comma separating it, and then you have first string and second string. You have the key, and then you have the value. So key value pairs. So if we run this bit of code here, you're going to see station codes on the right, station codes dictionary on the right here. And on the in red here, you see the keys, and on the right, you see the values. So let's keep running. This next bit of code here is going to add a new key value pair. To create a new value inside your dictionary, all you do is put your key inside of the square brackets, and then you put this on the left hand side of the assignment operator right here. So this here will assign a new key. If this already exists, it should save over your key. So you have to be wary to not save over data that you don't want to change. And then on the right hand side, you state what the value is going to be. So very similar to a list. So let's run that bit of code. We can see that in blue here, we have that new key, and on the right hand side, we have the value. And if we print dictionary, we can see our new dictionary down here on the command prompt. On the console, we have a new value added to it. What can we do with dictionaries? We can do a few different things. The first thing I'd like to show you is you can just pull all the values out of a dictionary if you'd like. So this is going to come out as values view here. Here you have Dict values 3, Los Angeles, San Diego. You can see that it has this Dict values and then parentheses encapsulating it. So when I print it, I convert it to a list. You don't need to do that, but that's a preference. So down here, I've converted it to a list just for simplicity. So you could now index these values 0, 1, 2, 3 with values view list if you'd like to. You could also pull all the items out of it. So let's take a look at that one. For the items view, we have this combination here where we get two different values out of this. You get the key and the value, and you can see they're comma separated in tuples here. I'm going to convert this to a list as well and print that list down here, and you can see we get a list of those tuples. We have a list of those tuples, so now they are still linked, but linked in the tuple, and then you have the key here and the value here. This is just a way to pull all the information out of a dictionary. If you wanted to do so, you would use this .items method. Earlier we used the .values to just pull the values out of it. You could also pull all of the keys with .keys, which I don't have in here, but in the essence of time, I think you get the gist of it. Next, we're going to look at pulling just one piece of information out of it out of the dictionary and removing it from the dictionary. You can also just delete items out of it as well. I don't have the syntax shown here, but you'll find plenty of examples on the internet to delete items out of your dictionary if you want. Here we pop, so that means this is going to delete it and save the value into removed city. So where is my value? Remove city. So we've pulled the KSFO. So we've pulled this value out of the dictionary. It's no longer there. And now it's just inside of our remove city variable. So there's our removed city variable. And notice it doesn't display the key, it just displays the value. That's one important detail. And now our dictionary no longer has that San Francisco city anymore. Next, let's take a look at just reading basic values out of our dictionary. So if you know what the key value is, this line in blue is going to run next. If you know what the key value is, you can just put it into the square brackets. You're going to index it just like you would a list. So our city is now Los Angeles. City Los Angeles up here at top too in our debugger variables. And we can print that city. We have Los Angeles here printed down at the bottom. We can also use the get function. The get function is very similar to the index function here, except if the city is not present, or if the key is not present rather, you will get this message, you will get this value instead. So if you index into this dictionary without having this value here, you're going to get an error and your code's going to freeze up. But here, using the .get function, you will just get this value instead. So let's run that. And you can see city not found because this is no longer on our list here. And city is not found because we popped this guy off the list earlier. We popped this guy right here. So it's no longer part of our dictionary. And now it's going to say city not found instead of the name of the city. Instead of San Francisco, we see city not found. This is the default value that will appear. Now we can also check if the value exists. You could do this before indexing it if you want. You could check if the value exists. That's another way to prevent running into an error. You can see this value does exist. We have KSDM. That's, I believe, our San Diego key up here. So exists is true. And we'll get the same thing on our command line down here. We'll see exists is true. And the last thing we can do, there's plenty more you can do, but this is just a simple, here's a way to read all the values in a dictionary. Typically you wouldn't do this, but if you need to, you can always pull all the values out of a dictionary here. And so here we're pulling the keys. This is how you can pull all the keys out of a dictionary. So you just say for key, whatever you want to call this. This is your placeholder variable in the dictionary, and this will pull all the key values out for you. So you have LAX, KSDM, and that's all that's in the dictionary because we popped off the San Francisco one. So that's a quick rundown of how to read, use, and manipulate dictionaries. Hope this was instructive, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.